मिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay, Hare Krishna everybody. So we will continue with our Sadachar topic, but before that, we will just go through the, this important event that is happening. What's happening? Anyone knows?
Book distribution.
Distribution. Gita Jayanti and book distribution. Yeah, very nice. And not only that, we also have the Gita Jayanti is happening on which day?
Monday. Mokshada Ekadashi.
Yeah, Mokshada Ekadashi. Very nice. Right? So it's happening Monday and it's happening on Mokshada Ekadashi day. Very nice. Yeah, not only that, something else also happened, no? On Gita Jayanti. What is it? Something started that day. What started that day?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Kurukshetra War.
Yeah, the war of Kurukshetra started. Mahabharat war started that day. Right? Very nice. Yeah, so already I think Muthamanikyam Prabhu sang, no? Gita Mahatmya. So we will just see a little bit of explanation. Right. So who composed Gita Mahatmya? Anyone knows?
Adi Shankaracharya.
Yeah, Shripad Adi Shankaracharya composed Gita Mahatmya. When did he compose Gita Mahatmya? What stage of his life? He composed Gita Mahatmya and after propagating my blessed, right? Then he composed Gita Mahatmya and established Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. Not only this, he also composed Bhaja Govindam and many other Vaishnava songs. And he established, just before his departure, he wanted to establish Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead, and he composed all this. And after propagating Mayavada all his life, he composed and he wanted to establish Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead because of his Swarupa. Because Adi Shankaracharya is none other than the Param Vaishnava, Shiva, right? So yeah, that's why he just came and propagated Mayavada on Krishna's order. He didn't actually, he didn't want to, but Krishna's order, he did it. And then while going, he took it as an opportunity to do devotional service, and then he went back home, back to Godhead. Okay, let's begin. Gita Shamidam Punyam Yah Patet Uman Vishnupadam Avapnoti Bhaya Shokadivajita. So what happens? Gita Shastram idam punyam. It's auspicious, right? Bhagavad Gita is very auspicious. The book in itself is very auspicious. You just take and hold in your book. I know many book distributors say that if they have to convince people to buy, you know what they say? They give the book to the customer and they say you hold it. Just by touching the book, it is so holy and so auspicious that they might change their mind and they might buy the book, right? Many people do this. Not just that, even at home, when you're very depressed or upset, right, you cannot even chant, you can't even focus on chanting because you're very upset, you're crying and all, no, just take the book and hold in your hand and embrace it, take it to your heart, and you'll feel some kind of relief. That helps actually. I have tried, You all can try. It's very important because the book in itself is very auspicious. Idam punyam, he says. One who with the regulated mind recites with devotion Bhagavad Gita scripture, which is the bestower of all virtue, will attain to a holy abode such as Vaikuntha, the residence of Lord Vishnu, which is always free from the mundane qualities based on fear and lamentation. So, what is the meaning of Vaikuntha? Anyone? What is the word by word meaning of Vaikuntha?
Where there is no miseries.
Yeah, where there is no miseries. What is Vai and what is Kunta?
Kunta is misery.
Very nice. Padam padam yad vipadam na. Right? So in Vaikunta there is no misery, and in material world there is misery every step. Right? So Vai means no, and Kunta means full of difficulties and miseries. Right? So that is a place where there is no fear and lamentation. So Vishnu we will get the destination. Our destination will become Vishnu Padam or Vaikunta if you read Gita every day with regulated mind. गीताध्यायनशीलस्य प्राणायामापराश्य च नैव शन्ति हि पापानि पूर्वजन्मकृतानि च. So what does this mean? It means if one reads Bhagavad Gita very sincerely, Gita Dhyayana Shilasya, right? Like Swadhyay, we have to read scriptures. So if you read Gita very sincerely, with seriousness, then by the grace of the Lord, the reactions of our past misdeeds will not act upon us. Krishna also says this, right? Mashucha, do not fear. I will take away all your karma reactions and all your papa, sarva papebhyo, right? Moksheshami Mashucha, Krishna says. So this is one easy way, right? It's so easy. What is there to do? Nothing. You can just take the book at home and you can read it. You can hear. There are audiobooks, there are lectures, right? Malinimochanam pumsam jalasnanam dine dine sakrit gitamrita snanam samsara malalashanam. One may cleanse himself daily by taking a bath in water, but if one bathe even once in the sacred Ganges water of Bhagavad Gita, for him the dirt of material life is already altogether vanquished. Can you imagine? For him, the dirt of material life is altogether vanquished. It seems that see how did Ganga come to this world? Anyone?
Through the lotus feet of Krishna. Through
Yeah,
the lotus feet of Vishnu.
Vishnu, yes, but which form of Vishnu?
Vamandev, Mataji. Vamandev.
Vamanadev's nail, no, a big toe's nail, hit the material coverings. It tore open, and it went to the spiritual world, and from there the water, and it came to this. It washed the lotus feet of the Lord, and then she came to the world, right? She came to earth, and then she started flowing. And that's Ganga. So Ganga is actually considered very, very purifying because it touched the lotus feet of the Lord. So she has the all purifying capacity. But in Dwapar Yuga, again Ganga came. Anyone knows which Ganga this is? Yes?
Mataji, is it like Bhagirath who brought the Ganga during?
No, but Ganga came, but she did not come in water form. In Dwapar Yuga, she did not come in water form.
She came as Bhishma's mother.
But she was still water only. But she never came in water form. Anyone guess? She came from the mouth of Krishna. Now can you guess?
Bhagavad Gita.
Cool. Yes, in Dwapar Yuga, Ganga came again, but this time she came in the form of, Bhagavad Gita, like from the mouth of Krishna. So that means we should understand that how purifying Bhagavad Gita is. Why it is compared to the Ganges is because of this reason, that Bhagavad Gita is so purifying. Just by listening and reading you will get rid of all the spiritual dirt. See, Ganga Mata, if you go take a dip in the Ganga, she will purify you materially, as in your sins will get destroyed and you'll become clean, right? Okay, that is material way of benefiting, so you'll get lot of punya in your account. But Bhagavad Gita will purify your spiritually, your spirit soul, and the result is you will go back home, back to Godhead, right? You can just go back home, back to Godhead. That's very important. Yes, Giridhar Prabhu, you want to add?
Hare Krishna Mataji, sorry to disturb you, Mataji. Keshav Prabhuji is not able to log in, Mataji. Can you make me co-host, or can you
I'll make you
give him
co-host.
permission to?
No, I didn't get any request. Prabhu, I'll make you the host. Oh, I can't share. I can still share the screen. I'll make you the host and you make me the co-host.
Yes, Mataji.
Hmm? Yeah, you can make me the co-host, then I can share the screen.
Yes, Mataji, done.
Okay. Okay, Hare Krishna, yeah. So, Bhagavad Gita will purify us spiritually, right? Because see, when you take bath in Ganga, your sins are washed away, but when you come back to your house, you will again have the tendency to commit the sin, right? That means the bija or the kutam is still there, the desire is still there. When you read Bhagavad Gita, the root will be completely destroyed, the root of making the sin, right? It again depends on our submissive attitude. All of us read Gita, but the progress takes a lot of time. Different people progress in different pace, right? Because of our submission, because of our the mercy that we get from Vaishnavas, because of our service, because of our again, the sins that we have in our account, it all comes into consideration. And but the root of the committing the sin will completely go when you take when you read Bhagavad Gita. That's why Bhagavad Gita is considered greater than Ganges. Okay, then Gita Sukita Kartavya Kimmanya Shastra Vestare Yasvayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padmadvini Shrita. Because Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one need not read any other Vedic literature. No one, one need only attentively and regularly hear and read Bhagavad Gita. In the present age, people are so absorbed in mundane activities that it is not possible for them to read all the Vedic literatures. But this is not necessary if this one book, Bhagavad Gita, will suffice, because it is the essence of all Vedic literatures, and especially because it is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so Gita Sugita Kartavya. Kartavya means it is our occupational duty. We have to read Bhagavad Gita every day. Kartavya, it's a duty, not because we will benefit or anything, right? It is one's duty. Jivera Swarupaya Krishna Nitya Das. That's why we have to read. And Kim Anya Shastra Vistara. Why do we need any other literature when we have the something that is spoken directly by the Lord? We don't need anything else. Right, so to start off with, Bhagavad Gita is what we always have to read. And right, and then what happens, we will get our spiritual realization even while living our material life. Right, so we will start questioning, is this supposed to be done like this, is this supposed to be done like that? Krishna says, do your duty, give the results to the Lord, think of Krishna, and then do your activity. So everything will change. in our life, but it takes time. Slowly everything will change. Right? भारतामृता सर्वस्वं विष्णुवक्त्राद्विनिश्रितं गीता गङ्गोदकं पीत्वा पुनर्जन्मा न विद्यते. By drinking the Ganges water of the Gita, the divine quintessence of Mahabharata emanating from the holy lotus mouth of Lord Vishnu, one will never take rebirth in the material world again. In other words, by devotionally reciting the Gita, the cycle of birth and death will be terminated. Okay, so we already discussed the power of Ganges water of Gita. That's why Gita is compared to the Ganges water, because of the all purifying effect, right? Because Gita comes directly from the mouth of Krishna. Sarvopanishado gao dhugda gopalanandana partho vatsa sudhir dugdham gita amritam mahat. All the Upanishads are like a cow, and the milker of the cow is Lord Krishna, the son of Nanda. Arjuna is the calf, and the beautiful nectar of Gita is the milk, and the fortunate devotees of the fine theistic intellect are the drinkers and enjoyers of that milk. So beautifully explained. Why is Upanishad coming here? What is the relation between Upanishad and Gita? Anyone?
The Gita is the essence of the Upanishads.
Yeah, Gita is the essence of the Upanishad, but Gita is also a different kind of Upanishad, right? It's called Gita Upanishad, right? It's not officially an Upanishad, but it's actually called Gita Upanishad because, like Mataji said, it's the essence of all the Upanishads. How many Upanishads we have? Yes?
Six, Mataji? Six?
Huh?
Six?
No.
14?
18.
108 Upanishads we have, right? So we have 108 Upanishads. Yes, 108 Upanishads. And Prabhupada explains, why do we chant 108 rounds? Anyone knows? In one round, 108 times. One round makes 108, no? Even our Japamala has 108 beads. Why 108? What is so significant about it?
108 gopis.
Okay, that is one reason. Yeah, so that's what Prabhupada says. All the Upanishads are 108. We have 108 Upanishads. When you chant 108, times, no, one round, yeah, it's equivalent to reading all the 108 Upanishads every single day. Can you imagine? And that's one reason Prabhupada gives. Second reason, as Mataji said, we have 108 principal gopis in Goloka Vrindavan, right? And each bead represent one gopi. Okay, out of those 108. And when you hold a particular bead and chant Hare Krishna, it seems that you're praying to that gopi to give you eternal service of the lotus feet of Radha Krishna in Goloka. You're going to their house, you're meeting them and you're begging them for service, and then you're going to the next gopi's house. That's what it means. Can you imagine? Right? So we are meeting personally, asking all the gopis for service. 108 principal gopis. Right? Can you imagine? So beautifully he explains. And then the knowledge of the Gita, right, is like the cow, or the Gita in itself is the cow, and the milker of the cow is Krishna, because Krishna is speaking, right? He is milking the cow, and the milk is the knowledge, right? The milk is the knowledge, and the milker is Krishna because he is the one giving the knowledge. And who is drinking it? We are all drinking through Arjuna, right? Through Arjuna, we are all drinking actually. The beautiful nectar of Gita is the milk. Right, and the fortunate devotees are all drinking this, enjoying this milk, right? Very beautiful. And one more detail, in Kali Yuga, Ganga again came in what form? Anyone knows?
Tears of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Hari bol, very nice.
Krishna Prema.
Right? Krishna Prema, she came as tears of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Bhava and Prema stage. Right, that is our goal actually. We have to aim for that. Which Janma we will attain, that is up to Krishna, but we should always perceive, right? Sarvopanishado gav. Oh, this we finished, no? Ekam shastram devaki putra Gita. Eko devo devaki putra eva. Eko mantrastasya namani yani. Karmapyekam tasya devasya seva. There need only one holy scripture, right? Ekam shastram, only is Gita, Devaki Putra Gitam, right? He never says Krishna's Gita. He specifies which Krishna, who is Krishna, because a lot of people will come and claim themselves to be the Lord, right? That's why he wants to give clarity. So he says Devaki Putra Gita. I mean, Devaki Putra Krishna, right? And Eko Deva Devaki Putra Eva. Again, there can be only one God, right? That is Krishna. And Eko Mantras Tasya Namaniyani. There is only one mantra, that is the holy name. Tasya Namaniyani, right? That is holy names of the Lord. And Karma Pekam. There's only one duty, devotional service, right? To the lotus feet of Krishna. And so he establishes this truth. And not all Mayavadis accept it, because half of them don't even understand what he is trying to convey, right? So this is about Gita. This is so beautifully explained, right? So that Gita is for I mean, Gita is graduation, Bhagavatam is post graduation, and Chaitanya Charitamritam is PhD study. That's what Prabhupada has divided. That's how he has divided. And if you want to understand or progress in spirituality, the very first step is Bhagavad Gita. And that's why Gita, Jayanti, we have to distribute the Gita marathon always, every year it happens. Why it happens is because we have to pull people. Ours is preaching movement, right? Prabhupada always said ours is not Ghoshtiyanandi. I mean, Bhajananandi. We are Ghoshtiyanandis, right? Bhajananandi means you sit and chant for yourself and you sing bhajans for yourself and you don't bother about others. You are getting happiness and you're very happy about it. But we are not that. We are Ghoshtiyanandis. We want to give that happiness to others, right? So when you get something, naturally human tendencies, we are all very eager to share it with others, right? So giving it to others also. And for that, first step for pulling anybody into Krishna consciousness is chanting, asking them to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and asking them to read Bhagavad Gita. That's very important, right? So there's a small presentation I just want to share on the importance of book distribution. So anyone knows what pleases Prabhupada the most? Is it preaching? Is it chanting? Yes?
Printing books and distributing books. Bhagavad
Distributing
Gita.
books. Yes,
Yes.
very nice. Distributing books is what pleases Prabhupada most. Prabhupada always says, I'm very happy. You're doing all kinds of devotional services. I'm happy. But if you distribute my books, I'm very happy. Can you imagine? If you do all devotional service, I'm happy. But if you distribute my books, I'm more happy, he says. Right? So that's something extremely, it's going to please Prabhupada. Yeah, and Prabhupada also says, I will be alive through my books, right? Many people asked, what will happen to ISKCON if you go away and all that, right? And Prabhupada said, who said, I will die? I'll never die. I will be alive through my books. That's what he says, right? So, yeah. See, this is genuine appeal by Srila Prabhupada. Distribute books. Very important. So by fully concentrating on distributing books for Krishna, one is fully absorbed in Krishna. This is samadhi, right? When you have books to distribute, you will always think, oh, how to make people buy, how to make the impact, the sales, marketing, everything, all strategies will come into picture, right? So you will get absorbed, right? What innovative reason can I give? What innovative strategy can I use? So you are absorbed full time, right? That is very important. That is only called samadhi. All the time being absorbed. Right? The greatest welfare activity for all the people of this world is book distribution, bringing someone into Krishna consciousness. So you go on with book distribution, they will be benefited and distributors will also be benefited. So what happened? Once there was one devotee and Prabhupada said, you go and build one temple in this particular place. So the devotee was like, what? I don't have money. I don't have anything. How I'll build a temple? Right? So he went to Prabhupada and asked, okay, you give me so much of funds. I will go and start building the temple. You know what Prabhupada replied? Anyone? When he asked for funds, what he said?
Don't worry about funds. You give pure devotional service, the funds will come on their own. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah. And other thing he said, one more thing he said. What he said? When he asked for funds, right? He gave that much worth of Gitas. I mean, not just Gitas, all the books. All BBT books he gave. And he said, you distribute, make money, you will get more than this, you'll get funds, and then you will buy, you can build the temple. That's what he said. So whenever people came and asked him for money, he would not give money in the money form. He would give them in the books form. And then he would say, you distribute it, make money and build the temple. Can you imagine? Because when you give money, I mean, automatically we get spoiled. But if you give books rather, that preaching essence is live, that life is there, no, that activity is there, and when you preach, then comes the empowerment. Preaching, only from preaching comes the mercy of the Lord, right? In at least in this particular yuga, Kali Yuga, chanting and preaching, that's it. Chanting is for yourself, preaching is to make others also devotees, and only with these two activities you will get Krishna prema, right? Because chanting is your sadhana, preaching is Vaishnava seva. We are following, we are doing it on the order of Srila Prabhupada, right? And so he always gave preaching, and book distribution is the best ways of preaching, right? So distribution of books and magazines is the most important activity. Without books, our preaching has no solid basis, right? So Prabhupada says ISKCON is built on a few principles. I'm not sure what it is. Books are the basis, that I know. Books are the basis. I think preaching is the essence, and purity is the force, right? That's what Prabhupada always says. Books are the basis, preaching is the essence, and purity is the force, right? So because books are the basis, it's the foundation of the movement, of Krishna consciousness movement. Without books, nothing works. Even first time devotees coming to temple, if you go tell them Bhagavatam and all that, if you give them a Bhagavatam class, they will not understand anything, they will not be able to relate. It's only chanting Hare Krishna Kirtan and giving them the Gita. Then they will, when they first page, when they read, a lot of people start, changing their life and habits, right? To be quickly recognized by Krishna, book distribution is the shortcut process. Can you imagine? Shortcut. If you distribute more books, Krishna will recognize you more and more, and you will, more faster, and you can go back home, back to Godhead faster, right? See, there's George Harrison, no? He mentions about him in Krishna book. Prabhupada mentions about George Harrison in Krishna book and says, because you gave away all your wealth just for this purpose of printing and, distributing books, right? BBT books, I will personally take you back home, back to Godhead. Yeah, you have a place in Vaikuntha, in Goloka built. Can you imagine? You already have a place established in Goloka. What is remaining is you going and taking that place. That's it. And I will make sure you take that place. Can you imagine? Just because he gave all his wealth for printing and distributing books, especially Krishna book, right? Actually, it is a fact that ultimately everyone should preach and distribute books if they want to please me in the best way. See, this is what I told. We can please Prabhupada in the best way only by distributing books. Book distribution must be given stress always, very important. So our book distribution is the most important task in our society. Therefore, I'm giving so much stress and I'm working so hard on this. So because my life and soul according to the order of my Guru Maharaj. So two instructions Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati gives Prabhupada, right? Whenever you get money, print books and go to the West and preach, right? Very important. So we should give more stress to distribution of transcendental literature, for this will be more effective in converting people to Krishna consciousness. So once what happened, one devotee right, wanted to distribute books, and they stood in railway station and they started to distribute, and one came and bought the book, but he was least interested to read it. So what he did, he went and put it in the dustbin, public dustbin, right? But it was a transparent dustbin. It was like that bucket form where you can see what is there inside. Okay. Then other, these people came and took, other people, no, who take the waste and go, right? They when they were taking the waste, another person saw that there was this book in the waste, right? So he went there and he gave money to those people, who those pickers, waste pickers, and said, I need this book, I'll take it. So they took the money and they gave the book from their waste pile. Okay. Then he started to read. Can you imagine? So he found the book in the dustbin, right? And he started to read and he became a devotee. The person who bought the book actually never became the devotee, but this person who picked it up from dustbin became the devotee. Can you imagine? Right? You never know how, that's what Prabhupada says, it's like a bomb. You never right? There was one more incident where one person wanted to suicide. He was so pissed off of life. Okay, he wanted to commit suicide. So what he did, he took his car to the hilltop. He closed all the doors of the car and everything, and he started to emit. I mean, he took some gas sort of a thing, and it just covered. It just he made the gas fill up the entire car. Okay, and that gas will make you, you cannot breathe, right? That's what the gas will make you, but it'll take some time to fill up the car and do that. Okay, so he had that time, no, that little time he had. So he found this book in the car. Once in a signal, someone had distributed Bhagavad Gita and he had purchased it, and he'd left it in the car only. He never bothered to take it and read it or take it home or anything. It was lying in the car only. In that gap, luckily, Krishna's mercy, he took the book and he was like, I never got an opportunity. This, it's lying here from a long time. Let me read. So he opened the first page and he started to read. Right? After reading, he read the preface. He finished reading the preface. Then he's like, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. And he was like, I don't want to die. What if I die? This gas is filling up. What if I die? What if I die? Then he, with a strong determination, he just broke open the glass and everything, and he just came out. Can you imagine? The book saved his life. Just the preface. He did not even read the chapters, right? And it just saved his life, right? So you never know when, how it'll blast. Yeah. So that's why it is said, even in marriages and everything, no, just gift Gita, right? If they are not reading it, okay, their grandchildren might read. If the married couple is not reading, okay, their children might read. If they are not reading, their grandchildren might read. Just keep it there at home. Right? Very important. We have to read Gita Sugita Kartavya, right? Gita Sugita. We have to sing the glories of Bhagavad Gita, read Bhagavad Gita every day, because that's our duty. I had a friend, you know what she did? She took Bhagavad Gita and kept it in the altar. Every day she's putting flowers and all that turmeric and all that she's putting, right? And she's doing that agarbatti and all for the Gita, but she's not opening and reading it. And it's become wet. Pages are tearing because of the water and flower moisture and everything, right? Once I went to her house and I started laughing. I was like, what? Gita is meant to be read. Right? So worshipping, real worship for Gita is by reading it. Right? Many of us think Gita is, Gita is Krishna, but that's not the way you worship that form of Krishna. That form of Krishna you need to worship only by reading it. Right? So very, very important. See, real preaching is distribute my books profusely. That is real preaching. That is the only way to please me. Prabhupada writes again and again, many places he writes, Gita Jayanti, we have to distribute books. So in this year, it's on 1st of December, right? So there's a link also to distribute the books, right? So please do distribute. You can see many people had this question. I'm not in a position to buy and distribute. How do I distribute? You can just donate to the temple. Whatever money amount you can or you want, you can just donate, and the temple will distribute the book on your behalf, right? Like in government schools and hospitals and all that, no? People who are not financially stable, they will be given from the temple, and you can just donate for it. Right? Or if you have I mean, if you can don't distribute it personally in person, then you can just order the books and you can take it, keep it at home. Throughout the year you can distribute, not that only that day you should distribute or anything. But December, if you distribute, you'll get special mercy from Srila Prabhupada, right? And Krishna, because that's the month where Gita came to this world, right? Very important. So book distribution, no? There is I heard from one acharya that there are three things we should never be satisfied. That is chanting, quality and quantity. Right? We should never be satisfied with our quality of chanting and quantity of chanting, because we know our quality, we need to always aim for better, right? Quality wise and quantity wise. And one more thing is charity, giving more and more for Krishna. It seems that Krishna doesn't see what you give, Krishna sees what you hold back. Can you imagine? Prabhupada once said in his lectures, Krishna takes away things. If he wants to take away from you, he will take away from 10 hands. And if you want, right, you, how much ever you hold with your two hands, your two hands will not work in front of his 10 hands. He will take it off. And if he wants to give you something, he will give with 10. Your two hands cannot even hold what he is giving. Right? 10 hands means Panchatattva, no? Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam. So all the 5 hands he will use, because he is one and the same. And third thing you should not be satisfied is reading books and acquiring knowledge. Can you imagine how much ever scriptures you read and read and read, that much you will your chanting will be on track. Your devotional life will be on track, right? Otherwise it's very easy to deviate. Very easy. It takes 1 second to deviate. 1 second you get engrossed in Maya. You don't even know I'm getting engrossed in Maya, and Maya will eat you up fully. Right? But when you read more and more and more, you will at least get to know, okay, Maya is attacking me. Otherwise, she will not give you the space to think. She is that powerful. So only by reading more and more and more, you should be hungry. Some people ask, no, what is the use of learning all the shlokas? You're not having any realization. You just know the shlokas. Some people will say, no. But just imagine, to learn that one shloka, time you would have invested, how much of memory power you have invested, how much of everything, how much of effort you have invested. Day and night you're sitting with that shloka to learn it, right? That means that much of time where you are investing to learn a shloka, you've not done any sinful activity or sense gratification, right? That's that, at least that way you're protecting yourself from Maya, right? So what more you want? Day to day battle is protecting ourselves from Maya only, right? So books are the basis. That's why books are the basis. Very, very important. Right? Yeah. Then yeah, one more thing I wanted to talk about Bhagavad Gita. What is Bhagavad Gita in summary form? Anyone knows? One Vaishnava was asked, in a big assembly, to summarize Gita in a few words, and he summarized Gita in 2 words. Anyone knows? What are the 2 words he?
Devotional service and
Mahasucha.
Krishna consciousness.
Mahashucha. Very nice. Mahashucha. Only 2 words. This I heard in one lecture, right? So
Mataji, this is
Mahashucha.
devotional service in Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, that also yes, but this particular Vaishnava summarized it in 2 words, saying Ma Shucha. What is Ma Shucha?
What is that?
Krishna
Do
will
not
protect.
fear.
Not
Do
worry.
not fear.
Do not fear. Very nice, right? He said, do not fear. Krishna will protect. No matter what you do, Krishna will protect, right? But for that, what is the qualification to get protection? Anyone?
Surrender.
Surrender.
Surrender to
Can
him.
you chant the shloka? Anyone?
Sarva
Sarva
Dharma.
Dharma Prati. Yeah, Mataji, go ahead.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः.
Hari bol, very nice. No, sarva dharman parityaja, that is the only qualification. And then through Krishna will protect. Ma shucha, fear, no, don't fear when I am there. Right? So many times the book distribution, the main thing we all have to remember is many people, when they buy the books, no, I mean, people who come to buy the book, one main common thing that they do is they taunt. They taunt, oh, what if I read this, I will go back home, back to Godhead. If I read this one read, if I read, I will become free from all the material qualities. All my problems will go, or all my bad qualities will go, all my bad intentions will go. How do you counteract this? Anyone?
Mataji, only experience can tell, Mataji.
Okay, experience can say. But how do you logically counteract them when they ask this question? What will you say?
Associate with sadhu sangha regularly.
Oh, but they are not devotees. If you say come to temple, associate with devotees, they will not even buy. They will run away. So how to convince them? What you can say is, it depends on how much you believe, how much faith you have, right? If you go to a psychiatrist, first thing he will ask is, do you have faith in me? He will say that. Do you have faith in me? If you have faith in me, then I will give you the treatment and sessions and all this, then you will be cured. But do you have faith in me? He says, right? So that means this is what you need to ask them. If you have faith, that strong faith that yes, this will help me, this is the right path, then if not in this janma, at least in next janma you will. But otherwise, if that faith is missing, everything is missing in life. Today's class, Namanishta Prabhu was saying, what is the difference between a devotee and a pure devotee? The degree of faith he has in Krishna. Whatever happens, right, Krishna will protect. Avashya Rakshave Krishna. That is like a mountain established in a pure devotee's heart. But in our hearts, like pebble, something bad happens, forget Krishna, get carried away by emotions, right? That's what we all do, right? We tell ourselves 100 times, calm down, calm down. Krishna is there to protect. When we are happy and all, we keep saying Krishna is there, Krishna is there. But something happens that is not making you happy, right? Just forget, give up everything, get very upset, start shouting at everybody. That's what most people do, right? All of us do, in fact, right? Because of the faith. That faith should grow, right? Then that comes by reading. See, book distribution, I mean, book reading, reading Bhagavad Gita or any literature, any Bhagavatam or anything, and chanting are related in a way. Anyone knows how it's related? How is it related?
So when chanting, we
Yes, Satyanarayana.
so, no, when chanting, we just think of past times or the glories of the Lord, whichever we hear.
Hmm.
Is that
Actually, it is said that your chanting quality depends on your reading quality, and your reading quality depends on your chanting quality. They are correlated. If many of us say, I want to chant nicely Shuddhanam, but that comes with reading and service. Because if you're doing other kinds of Vaishnava Seva, okay. But if you do not have, like, especially people like us who do not have temple seva every day, right? We go to office and all that. For us, the only kind of seva we can do is Vani seva or Shravanam. We have to do a lot of reading and hearing the lectures and all that. When we do that way we are doing Vaishnava seva. We are directly listening to Prabhupada. The purports that we have. See, why Bhagavad Gita as it is? Everywhere the shloka and translation is available. All kinds of Gitas are there. But why we have to read only Bhagavad Gita as it is because of the purports. Bhakti Vedanta purports, so elaborate, and they are Prabhupada's spiritual ecstasies. Can you imagine their love that he has for Krishna in literature format, right? And you're getting to read that. And when you read it, your chanting quality will improve. And when your chanting quality improves, your reading quality improves. That means more understanding of the tattva or the philosophy, right? And when you understand more, the relation you have with Krishna gets deeper and deeper. We discussed in the last class why Krishna chose only Arjuna. Other four Pandavas were there, Bhishma Dev was there, so many great devotees were there. Still, he chose only Arjuna to speak Gita is because of the close relation he has. All the others, right? Arjuna is directly from Goloka. She's Vishaka Saki, right? Lalita we have, right? So she is directly Vishaka Saki who came from Goloka to play a part of Arjuna. That means what we understand, the closer the relation you have with Krishna, the priority you become for Krishna, right? That relation deepens and deepens when your reading quality increases, when you're able to appreciate the words of the purport, right? Srila Prabhupada and the lecture of Srila Prabhupada, right? Then your chanting quality increases. When your chanting quality increases, again the relationship deepens. So it's correlated, directly proportional. That's why book reading is so important. We have reading club. Ramya Mataji is there, Deepti Mataji is there. Morning Deepti Mataji handles and at night Ramya Mataji handles. No, we have to read. If you can't join in a club, then read alone. If you can't read alone, then join the club and read. Many times when you have someone to read with, then your reading becomes regular and more understanding. Because if you're alone, you can cheat yourself. It's very easy. Today I'm tired. No time. I need to do that work. I need to do this work. And we don't read. Right? And then what is the essence of Bhagavad Gita? What did Krishna tell Arjuna after explaining Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita? Anyone? What did Krishna say? What did Krishna say after he explained the full knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna?
He said to leave everything and just.
That is an instruction. But he said something after it. After all the instructions, he said something to Arjuna. What is it? Comes in 18th chapter, last part.
Mataji, surrender unto me.
That is a part of instruction, but after giving all the instructions, he said something. See, Kodandaram Prabhu got it almost.
Do your duty.
He says, I've taught you everything. I have given you all the knowledge, right? Not do your duty. He says, the real essence is, he says, do what you want, your desire. Yata ichchasi tata kuru, he says. I have given you all the knowledge. You have the intelligence to decide what is right, what is wrong. Yathechchasi tata kuru. Now what you do what you desire. What you desire. If you want to fight, you fight. If you don't want to fight, don't fight. That's what Krishna says. Krishna never interferes in our minute independence. He never interferes. Right? He respects our desires. Right? And then, what does Arjuna reply to that?
He said he would do what he wants.
What Krishna wants. He says, Karishye vachanam tava. Whatever you said, I will do, he says. Right? Krishna says, Yathechchasi tata. Whatever you desire, you do. Whatever you want, you do. But Arjuna says, I will not do what I want. I will do what you want. Karishye vachanam tava. I will do what you said. Right? I will fight. That's what he says. This is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Means, Krishna never forces. He wants love from his devotees. Sarvadharman pariteja, surrender. When he says surrender, he never said surrender out of force or surrender because I'm saying. He said surrender with love. Right? If you desire to surrender, then you surrender. Right? If you desire to love me, you love me. It takes 2 seconds for Krishna to change our mind. Right? And make everybody devotees. Why is he not doing that? Right? I think someone asks him also this question. After the war, I think Draupadi or someone asks him, right? Why did you kill all my children? Why is like this, everywhere bloodshed? It would have taken 2 minutes for you to change everybody's mind, intentions, and establish dharma. Right? Why did you do all this? Then Krishna says, who am I to interfere in somebody's desire? Right? Because we are all amsha, mama vamsho jiva loke. So I want you to do things out of love, not out of force or order or anything. Right? So that's why Krishna says, Preeti Purvakam, prema, right? The love has to be there. And that is our dharma, that is our nature. Right? Very, very important. Okay, so I thought I will start with the Sadhacar class also, but it's time. Now only it's time. Any questions or anything you want to add?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that we shouldn't also read too much. And another Acharya, senior Acharya from Prabhupada's disciples has said that the real worship of the Gita is implementing the knowledge that we get from the Gita in in our daily lives. But you mentioned it as just reading. So how isn't that contradictory to what the acharyas are saying?
Okay, so I'll explain this. Where does the power to implement come from? Can you just implement by you want to implement, so you can implement, is it?
Mataji, that is also something that Prabhupada has said, right? If someone wants to do something, they can do it within a second, and NND Prabhuji
Okay,
has
I want to go back home by
reciprocated that,
Godhead
right?
now only. So can I go back? I want to. Now only. Can I go back? I want to implement everything that Prabhupada has written in the Gita. Am I? Can I? I want to.
Well, Mataji, this is my doubt is what Prabhupada has said. Prabhupada has said that if someone wants to get bhakti in their life, they can do it within a second. So you're not answering my question really. And my only question is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said we shouldn't read over and above that is required. And another
Where he
Acharya
said
has
this?
said,
Prabhu, can
huh?
you just share me that quote where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't read too much?
No,
And
I heard it in
I'll
NND
answer your
Prabhuji's
question.
class.
I'll answer your question, and in the meantime, you can just share the thing, okay? Quote. So now the
No, I
question.
heard it in NND Prabhuji's class, Mataji.
Oh, okay. I'm not aware of it. Sorry about that. So I was not aware of it. So what? So to answer his question, right? The Prabhu was asking, isn't it about implementing what you read, or is it just reading, right? So now there is something called Krishna Shakti that is needed. Krishna Shakti vina nahi tara pravartana. You cannot change anything, you cannot do anything without empowerment and mercy coming from the acharyas. And the stage we are in, we need mercy more than power. Right? We are, see, there are certain things which we want to do, but we are not able to do. Right? Arjuna asked this question in Bhagavad Gita to Krishna. Sometimes forcefully we don't want to do something bad, but we are forced based on situation and everything, that we end up doing what we didn't want to do only, and after doing something we regret, oh, I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have gone and spoken badly with that person, I shouldn't have, but I did it. Right? You don't want to do, but you still do it. It's not in your control, it's in karma's control, because we are not surrendered. Where does the power of surrender come from? Mercy. And how does the mercy flow? By service to the Vaishnavas. And I just told you, how do you serve? Serving the Vani, words of the Acharyas. And the best way to do that is, if you are not a temple devotee, then what you should do? Shravanam and Kirtanam. That's it. Read, read, read. And as you read, what happens? That mercy will come. To understand what you're reading, you need mercy. It's not English language, it's scriptures, right? To understand what the shloka is saying, although it is in English, you should to understand, you need mercy. And to implement what you have understood, you need mercy, right? And where do you get that mercy? That is called empowerment or Krishna Shakti from the acharyas. And when you serve them more, your chanting quality increases. When your chanting quality increases, then the mercy comes. And what is the symptom of this mercy? Your surrendering level increases. You can see that you are implementing what you are reading. Can you imagine? You can't plan in your mind to implement something. I've read the shloka, I will implement it tomorrow. That's not how it works. Implementation comes subconsciously. Everything, all the shlokas are stored in your mind subconsciously, and implementation happens as the mercy flows. And the symptom of mercy is, I already told you, the surrender increases. Surrender means love. When you love Krishna so much, you will make sure you do what he is asking you to do. Right? Yate karishye vachanam tava. Arjuna had that love, right? But we don't have. At least I don't have. All of you are great devotees, maybe you all have, but I don't have that love. And to develop that love, I need mercy. For that, what I'll do? Shravanam. And then Kirtanam. Shravanam, Kirtanam. Reading, chanting. Hearing lectures and chanting. And then mercy flows. And do, if you are getting an opportunity, go to temple and do seva. And then surrender increases. You can see Ekadashi to Ekadashi. You can actually, evaluate yourself. Right? How I was and how I am now. What am I able to implement? How am I controlling my emotions? Right? How many times I got angry last week? How many times did I get angry this week? All this you can check, right? So implementation doesn't happen planned. It's not in your hands, right? If anybody wants to add or correct me, you can go ahead. Hare Krishna, right? It should come from the Lord. Otherwise, all of us would have become devotees, no? By now?
But then Mataji, if we are preaching it, unless we are implementing it, we can't preach it also, right?
No, we are preaching on the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are learning together, right? Hamara Agnya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't, if that was the case, nobody can preach unless Uttamadhikaris. Who can preach today?
Yeah,
Right?
Mataji, that
Nobody
is
can
the whole
preach today.
thing, no, in
And
Nectar of Instruction.
yeah, okay, fine. Hare Krishna. Any other questions? Okay, we can touch of spiritual master is required. Yeah, very nice. We are not into the stage where we have understood and read the basics. Okay. Yeah, reading club. Yeah. Can anybody share your experience, those who have joined this reading club, just to, motivate others also to join? Anybody from here have joined? Ramya Mataji, you want to
Hare
say?
Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Kannada pranams Mataji. So, our book reading club classes are going in the morning and evening. Like Mataji said, morning Diti Mataji is taking, and evening batch I host. And some of our devotees, like Muthumanikam Prabhuji, Ekambar Prabhuji, all of them regularly join our classes every day. In fact, Muthumanikam Prabhuji sings kirtans as well. Ekambar Prabhuji's grandsons came and sung such beautiful kirtans during our class. So I would request them to come forward and share their experience.
Hari Bol. Yes, anybody wants to say anything? Okay, so requesting all of you to join and read, because very important, right? Unless you read, so many times, no, I was giving you the example, for Keshav Prabhu's question, I can add to this, add to it. Reading a shloka, many people say, no, oh, you know only shloka, you're not implementing. So many people question us. So what I was just saying, right? So to learn that one shloka, how much time you would have invested? That much of time, you wouldn't have done any Maya activity. Right? You memory, and to recite that shloka whenever you want, smaranam again. You have to recall that shloka. And when you're reciting, you're doing kirtanam. And say you're learning so many shlokas, that means so much of time you're investing. Where is the time to do other activities? Right? Implementation means at least give your time. That's the starting stage. Do not do any other activity. At least do only, Krishna conscious activity. That is pure bhakti activity. Right? So, at least by reading and quoting the shloka in classes, if you want to quote, you have to recall what that shloka is. Smaranam again. Right? And to understand, to remember the shloka, you need to know the meaning. Right? See how much of brain work is going on. So you're using your brain, you're using lots of time, you're using your effort, your mind, everything is being involved. And for that particular time, you're not doing any sinful activity. So read more shlokas. If that is what is giving you the joy, then do that. Read more shlokas, right? Learn more shlokas, quote more shlokas. more. Some people say I'll chant more, that will give me more happiness. Some people say I will go out and distribute books, that will give me more happiness. So whatever is giving you happiness, do that, but engage yourself in Krishna consciousness. First step of implementation. Okay, some people know, they just limit themselves for sadhana. Okay, I read 1 hour, I read 2 lectures, I heard 2 shlokas, I read. Okay, I learned 16 rounds, I chanted 20 plus rounds maybe. Okay, I chanted, and they will report to their whoever their authorities are, and they will, rest of the day what they do, God knows, right? But in even after that rest of the day, are you cautiously watching yourself, what you're doing, what you're seeing, Instagram reels, or whatever, the friends that you talk to? Sadhana means that, right? Not just that timetable roster that we follow every day, right? And that too, they do it like one robotic, I should do, so I will do, that's it, not from heart. Many times that shouldn't be the case, then we are implementing anything. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you all. Yeah, every day after waking up and before falling asleep, we make introspection a habit. We will be able to control our emotions. Very nice. Hare Krishna. Thank you all. Any other questions or anybody who wants to add? Yes, Ramya Mataji.
Mataji, just one thing I wanted to add. I really wanted to thank you and Giridhar Prabhuji for giving me this opportunity to start this book reading club. I just wanted to share my personal experience. I've been having a lot of books. Since I became a Life Patron member, I got a lot of books, but I never, except Bhagavad Gita, the rest of the books I've always been wanting to read, but I will open one day, then I will close. I've never been consistent. But ever since this book reading thing started, batch, because of the Association of Devotees, I was also able to read consistently books along with them every single. I was able to listen to them reading, and we every day before we begin the class, we summarize what we do a quick recap of what we read the previous day, and then so it is literally like now we are reading the book Prabhupada, Messenger of the Lord. Literally, we are like visualizing what all Prabhupada went through in his life, the struggles, how he opened the first center in New York and San Francisco. We're just visualizing every single scene, and there's so much of joy and bliss, Mataji. The quality of conversations have improved, the quality of thoughts have improved, my chanting rounds have improved. So, personally, I'm witnessing a lot of changes within myself also. So, Haribol, and a big thanks and gratitude to you, Mataji, for this.
Haribol, so we have a live example where reading impacts implementation. See, right? First step is to read. When the mercy flows, reading, automatically, subconsciously, you will implement what you read, whatever you do, whatever you preach. Haribol, very nice. And don't thank me. I didn't do anything actually. We just wanted our night also reading club. So Deepti Mataji, you need to thank her. She gave
Yes.
the opportunity, and
Yeah.
yeah, I thank Giridhar Prabhu. He initiative. He was like, I just told him we need someone from Sadhacar only to lead this, and he went all out, and he made all the arrangements, and now we have Ramya Mataji to lead. So thank him. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Haribol, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll close here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnav ki jai, Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you all.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.